Hey everyone, so we're going to start with the first of four wines. We are going to start in the beautiful Old World, and we're going to start in Vouvray, the town in the Loire Valley. So the first wine is by Domaine Pichot, and it's called the Coteau de la Biche, which the Coteau de la Biche is the name of the vineyard. It's a very famous vineyard in Vouvray. Vouvray is located in the central Loire Valley, near the town of Touraine. It's one of the highest points in the world in regards to most northerly points in regards to how you actually ripen grapes. So the climate is not the easiest to work with, so therefore vintage is really important. Vintage can change quite dramatically. This is made with 100% Chenin Blanc, so you'll never see that on the label. Being the French way of doing things, they use the appellation system. They don't talk about grape varieties, they talk about the villages and the appellation names themselves, so it can be quite confusing. That's a big difference between the old and the old world and the new world. Sorry. So 100% Chenin Blanc. Bizarrely, Chenin Blanc is actually quite a late ripening variety. So it can be problematic in Loire Valley, but when it works, when the weather conditions are fabulous, like they were in 2017, then it can be outstanding. So the vineyards themselves are a composition of clay, chalk, and granite. So that really minerality, that kind of heightened sense of steely, almost flintiness comes through in the wine quite well. Some say it's a little bit chalky. The fruit composition is all about citrus fruits, and a little bit of kind of grapefruit in there as well. But there is some body, there is some texture coming through the wine as well. So wine number two, we're going to go back now to the New World, here to the beautiful, pristine Tamar Valley in Tasmania. One of my favourite producers down there, the wonderful guys at Home Oak, Rebecca and Tim Duffy. Rebecca is the winemaker, and Tim is the vigneron. So Tasmania is well known for making amazing Chardonnay and Pinot Noirs, but also because of the kind of moderate maritime climate that they have, similar to Champagne. They've previously had a much more focus on sparkling wines. Now, what they've managed to do in the last few decades is actually convert that more to knowing how to work with still wines. And some really amazing Pinot and Chardonnay now made as still wines. So, this particular Chardonnay is 2018. And yes, you can definitely tell it's Chardonnay straight away from the nose and certainly from the palate as well. But this is quite balanced in regards to it's only had 20% new oak. The rest, the other 80%, is all seasoned oak. So it's still retaining that good acidity, along with some lovely white peaches, beautiful nectarine fruits in there, and then that kind of signature Chardonnay. Almost, it reminds me of puff pastry. It's like that lovely buttery kind of puff pastry element that I think Chardonnay is really famous for. But in regards to the New World, both the US and Australia, very much in the 80s, were very guilty of making these overly new oaked Chardonnays that were just basically like butter bombs, and they lost all the fruit. And it was really just focused on the oak characteristics rather than the fruit composition. So now you'll find, especially in Tasmania, they've got the balance a lot better. So thank you. Okay, so wine number three tonight is beautiful Cabernet. It's from Blind Corner. It's a 2018 Cabernet Sauvignon from Margaret River in Western Australia. So nice story though in regards to the setup of Margaret River as a vineyard area. It was only in the 60s that actually happened, so I'm relatively new. Now, the story goes that three doctors who had travelled a lot through France, who loved Bordeaux, decided that some of the elements in regards to the temperature and the maritime weather conditions were quite similar. So they decided to get some Bordeaux varietals, Cabernet Sauvignon being the most famous, and also in the white varieties, Semillon, they planted a lot of. Now, this particular Cabernet Sauvignon is showing these wonderful hits of signature kind of blackcurrant, bay leaf, cedar, a little dash of menthol as well. What I particularly like though is that everything's quite well balanced in the wine. So the fruit's still there, the oak is showing its character as well. But also a little funny note with this, they use 10% of Ripasso grapes. Now Ripasso is a method made famous by the Italians for making Amarone, a very famous Italian red wine. Ripasso basically means adding a little bit of dried fruit, dried grapes, to the blend. And that offers obviously dried fruit character and more complexity to the wine as well. So when the fruits are dry, the sugar content is more heightened, and that really does shine through in the wine as well, offering a little bit more richness. A really good little way to do it. So, thank you, and enjoy number 3. Okay, so hope you've enjoyed the wine so far. We're to our final wine of the evening, and we're going to go big. So it's a beautiful Italian Negro Amaro. So a native Italian grape. This is by a company called Amano, which basically translates to by hand. Negro Amaro itself translates to sour black, but there's nothing sour about this wine. It's big, it's bold, it's brash. It's hit you over the head with a bit of a hammer. It's like that self-confident Italian guy who's walking down the street and the shoulders are swaying from side to side. He's just feeling like he's God's gift to the world, not just women. So, Negro Amaro 2016. It's a varietal that needs a warm, arid climate really to thrive. It doesn't like too much water. It certainly loves a lot of sun. And you don't find it really many places in the world apart from in Puglia, which is in the far south of the heel of Italy. The vineyards themselves are located in a very high quality vineyard area called Sali Salentino, which is, as I say, quite well renowned. Now, in regards to the composition of this, the wine has been matured for 12 months on a mixture of new and old oak. It's then being left in oak a little bit longer, just to add some more complexity and more texture, and also just to soften the tannin down, because the tannins usually in Negro Amaro are quite intense, quite persistent, and with the bold nature of the composition of the fruit and then the oak character, it can be a little overwhelming if the wine's not aged with plenty of time before being released. So this is not released for 3 years after bottling. The wine itself, flavor profile, tasting notes, well, look, leather, meat, kind of dark stewed fruits, rich brooding characteristics. It's all in there. You'll see from the actual, when you pour it into the glass, a little almost rustic, kind of rusty hue on the outside of the rim of the glass. That's coming from the age, but also from the intensity of the skin. The skin pigmentation is quite strong in Negro Amaro. So, Amano itself, the company, is again a husband and wife team. It's our 3rd husband and wife team. Both Home Oak, Blind Corner, and Amano are all husband and wives doing their thing, making wine for the love of it. The winemaker himself is an American guy who married an Italian lady called Elvazia. They went to Puglia on a holiday, and they never left. Basically, they bought property, moved down there, set up vineyards, and I think they've been doing that for 17 years now. So, yeah, making a really successful go at things, and they've got a good international reputation. So, yeah. Please enjoy the wine. Thanks for joining me tonight. The live chat will be open until 8:30. So, if you've got any questions, just text them through. Thanks.